Namaste to all of the beautiful souls who are joining me today. This is Angelo, and today I want to talk to you about expectations. Just about everything that we set our mind to accomplish and achieve, we actually have an expectation of how we would like things to turn out. We would like to see a positive end result, and that becomes our expectation of whatever it is that we wish to manifest. But what we don't realize is that having expectations will actually create uncomfortable feelings in the body. Having those expectations can bring about things such as fear, anger, frustration, nervousness, worry. I mean, the list goes on and on. And we have to be conscious with what is actually going on as much as we possibly can be. And many times, there are some of us who are very spiritual, and we practice a lot of daily spiritual things to actually keep us aligned and focused on what we're doing throughout the day. But being a spiritual individual myself, this was one of the things that really got me caught off guard. And once the revelation of it came to me, it was truly an aha moment for me. So I was guided to actually take a pen and paper, and there was a situation that had occurred where I actually had invested some money to go toward a project, and it didn't turn out the way that I had expected for it to turn out. And so, of course, that brought up uncomfortable feelings in my body because I was pretty sure it was going to work out based on the information that was actually given to me from the individual. So for days, I carried these uncomfortable feelings in my body, fear, frustration, worry, you name it. I carried it, anxiety, anger. And so this went on for days, and then that moment came that I needed to actually deal with what I was actually feeling in my body. So I pulled out that pen and that piece of paper, and I was told to jot down the situation, what the situation was that actually brought up these feelings. So I wrote the situation out, and I would like for you to take some time also to do this for yourself, basically for any type of situation that has brought up any type of negative feelings, uncomfortable feelings in your body. So what you want to do is you want to write down the situation. And then the next thing you want to do is you want to write down the negative feelings that surfaced for you in regards to that particular situation. And then the third thing you want to do is you want to write down how you would have wanted that situation to turn out for you. And then the fourth thing you want to do is you want to write down the positive feelings that would have came about for you from that situation if it would have worked out the way that you would have liked it to. Okay? So when I received the guidance to do this, it was when I had written everything down that I actually realized, wow, these negative feelings that are in my body are actually in my body because of my expectation of the outcome of how I expected it to be. So when we disattach ourselves from the expectation of the outcome, then the negative feelings will not come into the body. This was a major thing for me, major thing for me. Then I began to realize, as I would write situations down, that every single situation that brought negative feelings into my body was because of my expectation of the outcome. So what we want to do is we want to manifest things, of course. We want to set our goals, and we want to send out to the universe the things that we desire and the things that we would like to have in life. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But what we have to do is we have to put things into motion, manifest things, and just set them free and disattach ourselves from the expectation of the outcome. So it's just a mere moving yourself away from the thing that you would like to have that is positive. So again, you want to disattach yourself from the expectation of the outcome, of the result of how this thing shall turn out, and just let it go, walk away from it, and set it free. Once we do this, we're saying that we're okay with how things may turn out. And we're connecting and we're allowing ourselves to be one with the fact that it may turn out positive for us, or it may turn out in a negative way. But either way, we're okay with it. We're all right with it. We know that we're going to be just fine. And even if it has a negative end result, we know that what we have to do is still remain positive, still have faith, still believe that we will overcome, we will rise above, and that whatever solution is needed for what we're going through in our life, the end result will still end up being a positive one. It may have not ended up being a positive end result from what it was that you originally wanted to manifest, but we go back to the drawing board, so to speak, and we become creative in a different type of way. We come up with another solution. And even if we feel like we don't know what that solution is, then we just take a moment. We allow ourselves to be present with what it is that we actually wish to manifest. And think positive about it. Because if you think positive about it and you just allow yourself to be present with it, you may get the answer that you need right away. Or it may take a day or two or a week. But eventually the answer that you're looking for what it is that you wish to manifest, you'll be given that. So it's all about holding on to faith and holding on to the belief that whatever it is that you wish to manifest, you will receive it. The belief starts with you. The belief starts with you, not with someone else, but with you. If you don't believe in your own self and have faith in your own self, then how can you truly expect for someone else to have belief and trust in you? How can you expect for the universe to respond back to you in a positive aspect when there's self-doubt? There's no faith, there's no belief. And it's normal. It's normal to have this type of outlook because of the things that we've been exposed to growing up as children, or even as adults, just being around other people who are negative. You know, there may have been things in your life that you wish to manifest, and you had people around you with negative energy telling you, why are you spending so much time on that particular thing when it's not going to happen for you, you know? And so we've taken on the negative belief that someone else has actually programmed into our mind unconsciously, okay? It gets recorded into the brain. But we can change that. We don't have to accept this type of thing, the negative energies. We are our own creator. We can create whatever it is that we wish to create. But the most important thing is to create it with positive energy, not negative energy. Create whatever it is that you desire, release it, let it go, send it out into the universe. Disattach yourself from the thing that you want and just allow things to happen in your life. Because once you believe and you have faith in what it is that you're actually wanting to create, and you disattach yourself from the outcome, meaning that you don't have any expectations, and you truly mean that, then you will begin to notice that there will be no uncomfortable feelings surfacing in your body behind that particular thing. Okay? I also want to approach this in a different type of angle. For example, we can have our loved ones around us. Okay? It can be a pet, any type of relationship. You know, we're close to our animals, we're close to our moms, our dads, sisters, brothers. We're in relationships, you know, husbands, spouses, what have you. So, for example, I'll use a dog for this example. So let's say you're in a hurry and you're rushing to leave home, and you're already running behind. And so you're running out of that front door with the expectations that, you know, you're running a few minutes late, but you'll get there just in time enough to not have any issues with your boss. And all of a sudden you open the front door, and then the dog runs out the front door. And here it is, now you're running down the street, chasing in behind the dog, trying to catch the dog to take it back into the house. And you get close to the dog, and then he's taking off and he's running again. And next thing you know, 30 minutes, an hour has passed by. And you have all these different type of feelings now that are in your body that are uncomfortable. And the reason why you have these uncomfortable feelings is because you had the expectation that you would leave and that you would get to work on time, maybe a few minutes late, but it would not be noticeable by your boss. Instead, that did not happen. So now you're feeling stress, you're feeling anxiety, you have fear coming up because you don't know what your boss is going to say when you get to work. So why did these uncomfortable feelings surface for you? Again, it's because you had expectations. You had expectations for the dog. Expectations that he would not run out the front door. He's never done it before. So, you know, you don't expect for him to do this. So what we have to see in this particular case is that just because the dog has never done it before doesn't mean that he may not do it, you know? And because of that expectation, it brought up the uncomfortable feelings. But if we disattach ourselves from the expectation of how the dog is going to act, then these negative feelings would not be in the body. Okay? There wouldn't be any negative feelings. The dog has free will, just like we have free will to do whatever we want. Okay? As a dog owner, we have expectations and we would like to see the dog act a certain way. We take them through training and we teach them on our own how to be. Okay? But the dog just wants to be free. The dog wants to be free to be and act however he wants to act. Okay? And as human beings, we have free will. And we can act and be and do whatever we want to do. However, there are many of us have been in relationships and we've allowed ourselves to be controlled to the point where we're actually not walking in our own spiritual essence of who we were really and truly meant to be. That's why a lot of us, we're uncomfortable. We're not happy in our relationships. We're not happy in our life, and we would like to be more happier. Okay? So I'm telling you that releasing the expectations of the outcome of how something is supposed to be will bring more happiness. It will bring more joy into your life. Another key thing I want to point out about expectations is that when we hold on to expectations of the outcome, those uncomfortable feelings, the fear, the stress, the anxiety, the frustration, guess what? They are seeds being planted inside of you that creates more stress, more anxiety, illnesses within the body, causing the body to feel tired, not able to perform. And then we wonder, why do we feel so tired? Why do we feel so exhausted? Why are we so angry? I had a young lady tell me that her daughter, she watched her in the kitchen and she was just angry, slamming cabinets, and it was for no reason at all. Trust me, there's a reason. There's a reason why these things go on. We have to dig deeper and we have to get to the core of things to figure out what it is that's actually going on in our lives or what has happened. So just holding on to the expectations of outcomes, everyday stuff, brings illnesses into the body. Okay? So, just take your age and all of the situations that you've actually dealt with, all the situations that have come up that have made you feel uncomfortable, that have made you angry and disappointed and frustrated in someone. All of that is negative energy that has been pulled into your body. And it's just like holding a plate in your hand, being in a buffet, putting food on top of that plate. Okay? So just imagine your mind, the slate of your mind. You've been dumping and dumping and dumping all of this negative stuff into your body, into your mind, okay? And it has manifested, just like you set your intentions and you're setting your goals to manifest what it is that you want. Same applies to negative energy. You've been manifesting and manifesting and manifesting negative energy over and over and over. It's like recycling it, okay? And some of you today have different types of illnesses you're dealing with, things that you've been dealing with for years, and you feel like you can't get past it. You won't be able to get through it. I'm here to tell you there is a way around it, okay? Start today setting goals and paying attention to disattach yourself from the expectation of how the outcome should be. One big thing that has affected a lot of people is Trump going into office, okay? People are upset. People are disappointed. It's a prime example, okay? They had expectations. of how the outcome should have been when it came to electing a president. Some of you had expectations of the outcome of how Trump was to perform because you elected him based on the things that he said, okay? The man has free will, okay? Which means he has a right, just like we all do, to do what we feel we need to do. So we must, again, disattach ourselves from the expectation of the outcome of how Trump should act, because all we're doing is latching on to that negativity, pulling it into our body, okay, making our own self sick. When you disattach yourself from the expectation of the outcome, positive energy flows through the body, creating a healthier and happier you. Okay? This is all for now. Thank you all for tuning in and joining me. Until next time, make it a great day.